What is up? Whoop. Excuse my mess. TJ will be in here in a second. Let me get some junk off the desk. Y'all doing all right? Let me get everything brought up. It's been a while. Good to see y'all. Let me get on here. Here we go. Oh Lord, we got two people watching. Thursday nights are real boring without us. Oh yeah. Thursday, Bob.
What's going on, everybody?
Let me get this signed in. There's junk everywhere. We got tape guns.
Line loaded up.
My goodness. Let me move all this over here. Just so I don't feel as bad for y'all to see my mess. Okay. Piece of a cracker. Alligator head.
We gotta move the camera back just a little bit, but I ain't in the frame.
Back it up just however far you need to. Man, what a mess. How's that? Is that better?
I can't.
Let me see what you got here. There's your bow in the way.
Yeah.
Somebody sending a message.
This ours is a bit delay. Well, mine. Okay, there we go.
I'm trying to bring it up on here.
It's a little bit better. It could come my way a little bit. Now, why ain't my comments coming?
Here we go. I'm getting. Oh, I got something happening.
There it is.
Yes, close player. Now we're cooking. I got mine to pop up. Where's my comments at? Right there. Alright, we finally got settled in. We was trying to get a last minute couple things done. Let me get this on here. I know I feel like it's been a year since we've been on here, but we have been crazy. We uploaded a video a little bit ago. A guy, long story short, a customer texted me last night and said it was his son's birthday and he wanted to send me $200 and he was going to send his son in. He was supposed to be getting his draw link changed and he said, can you surprise him and tell him he's got $200 store credit? And I said, yeah. And then it evolved into he wanted me to mess with him a little bit, so I made the video about it. But it wasn't a great video because I didn't get the chance to get all the kind of cameras and stuff set up. But I did it with the phone. It was okay. But we ended up acting like something was wrong with his bow. And if you've ever been in here, or if you hadn't, where we do our podcast is like the front counter. And there's like a wood backdrop that separates that from the work area. So I went behind that curtain there and got a piece of metal and a grinder. And I was like, we're going to grind it a little bit and get this back right. And I was back there and sparks were flying over and that kid he was freaking out. But anyway, it was great.
And
so,
we're all back here trying not to.
Everybody's about to pee on themselves.
Yeah, we're trying not to give it away. Let me go back to live chat. Keep doing that.
Good luck staying the man.
Yep.
Kill a big one. Let me see here. We got everybody popping in here. That's good. I bet Stan is in the saddle.
Probably so.
In that tree saddle.
I've actually started looking into saddles and trying to see if that's the way I want to go next year. Right now, it's just way too late to be trying to change up stuff. But any guys out there, I know Stan and Rodney, they're running the tethered Phantom, I think. But I looked into the JX3 hybrid, and that joker looks slick. So, does anybody have one of those out there?
Bueller. What are we're gonna give something away, I think, but I don't know where it's at. Didn't you bring something to give away?
Yeah, they in yonder.
TJ's got a gently used pair of underwear.
Very gently.
I'm kidding. Let's see. Bow season starts here tomorrow in Virginia. That's cool. I think I read that it started somewhere in Pennsylvania today or tomorrow. I think we're pretty much to the point of everybody's is either started or it is starting this week or weekend. So
Go through the stats
good, guys.
and see what we got.
All right, we got all these wrist, those silicone wrist things. Let's see, let me organize them for a minute here.
I think there's a couple of the same ones.
That's what I was going to try to. That's a forward apex, bowjacks,
Scent crusher right there.
apex,
And then first stringers.
first string. All right, how can we do this without shipping 29 items?
We could do one a week.
Nah, let's do like we got 1, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What if we pick 3 people and just send them a plethora of random first last chance archery, bowjacks,
An Oneida,
Hoy.
2 Oneidas.
Hoyt, Scent Crusher, all kinds of stuff. Let's how many people's in here? Does it say on your thing? Mine
I've got 15 so far.
Let's pick a number between 1 and 20. Make sure you don't pick a number somebody else has got. DLR's got 7. Eric's got 6 already. We'll pick 3 people. I'll probably just put these in a regular envelope with like a stamp because these don't weigh anything.
Yeah.
So we'll pick 3 numbers in a little bit, throw them in a envelope, and email me archeryshack@gmail.com. Shoot me your address and all that, and we'll ship them out.
Looks like Muddy Ducks is back to work for us. On the numbers.
Poor Muddy Ducks and Mr. Muddy Duck.
Yep.
Let's see. Let me make sure nobody gets 2 of the same one.
That's the first stringer.
Okay, here's our 3 piles of random ones. We'll do that shortly. It's all different ones. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3.
Have you got?
Last chance. Let's put that with that one. Okay, we're good. Somebody will get 4. Somebody will get 5 and 5. Anything crazy been going on with y'all? It's been wild here.
Yeah.
And that's why we hadn't been doing the live stuff, because it's been some long nights and early mornings trying to get stuff done for people, and they're still dropping it off. I thought hunt season would have started and it would have just been like emergency stuff, but it's still pretty crazy. But it's not so crazy that we can't do our live feed. So we'll be back every Thursday unless something crazy happens one week. But we got our season started here in South Carolina, and we got
Smoke ball open today.
yeah, the muzzleloader open today. We got the bulk of everybody that had their bow in here before the season done as it opened or before it opened. Now we got a bunch of people, last minute stuff. But anyway.
Richard said that he's envious hearing us bow hunt. They've banned it in the UK.
I have meant to ask you that before because I've heard that. And I guess it's a whole different, everything would be different there. But yeah, because here, pretty much, I'd say 70-80% of our bow sales and work is geared toward bow hunters.
Yeah.
But there, I guess it would be 100% target stuff, so that would be different. It would be, I'd say, especially this time of year for us, like 80% of people coming in are, my broadheads don't hit with my field tips or something crazy,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like something like that. So It'd be wild to not have a hunting season. I guess that's how. Another note, our bear archery rep is coming either tomorrow night or Saturday night, bringing all the 2021 stuff for us to see and shoot, and we'll place our first order for the 2021 bows when he comes by. I'll try to, according to what day he comes, we may get him on a podcast, we may not. But at a minimum, I'll try to take some pictures and maybe short videos of us shooting those bows just to post or do whatever and let y'all know what we think about them. But he texted me last night and said he was in North Carolina in Raleigh actually, and was traveling to a few more shops. And he said according to how long it took at each shop coming to the left in North Carolina would be according to whether he made it Friday or Saturday. So kind of hoping it's Saturday, and that's when we normally record our podcast anyway, and we can just put him on there with us. But if not, it's fine too. Coming to Texas to hunt pigs. That is pretty cool.
Yep. Just open for me today. Didn't see any deer but squirrels. With that full moon with that full moon being out there, it's gonna be tough. Unless you pretty much middle of the day or right at dark.
Yeah.
From my experience. Now a lot of people got better luck than I do. They go sit in the woods and see a deer. It don't matter what they're doing or what the moon phase is or anything.
Let's see here. Just checking.
Who else is left before deer season opens up? I know a bunch of people opened up today as far as.
Yeah, I know. I've seen a bunch of people post that different parts of different states were opening today, so I'm not even sure who's left that hadn't opened, at least on the East Coast. I don't know how the West Coast goes.
What's up, Mikey?
Mikey Johnson, are you okay? Check in, Mikey Johnson. Let us know your status.
Yeah, Eric. About like I remember growing up. My grandpa always said when full moon was out, catfish had a sore mouth. They wouldn't bite for nothing.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it slowing down. I hope. We're wondering if that ever will happen again. But I'm looking forward to slow down so we can hunt and shoot some 3D stuff to play around for next year. I myself said the bow came on the ground when I stopped walking. Is that a problem? And do you have any ideas? According to, there's a couple options, I guess. You can always use, hand me my bow. According to your stabilizer setup, so I've seen some hunting bows with these kickstands. Hang on, it's a delay. Here we go. With these kickstands, and they'll just slide them way up. Well, I guess you'd still be propping your camera on the ground then. But I've seen some people use those.
Cliff, our buddy, he has them to where it's actually a stabilizer bracket, and it's got two rods that you can screw in.
Yeah, but it'd still be resting on the cam in the back.
I think his is jacked up. I think. I hadn't seen him use it in a while. But,
trying to think of what else. They made that heat dog thing.
Yeah, the heat dog. That's what I was fixing to say.
I mean, it functionally worked. Yeah, I mean, it's fine to set the cam down. Just make sure, like, you don't want to get dirt caked in there. You know what I mean? If you were to accidentally get like mud or dirt caked in that cam track, it could derail it. But just gently setting it down, not a. Mikey's cleared to return to work. Mikey had the 19. Y'all have met Mikey on our podcast before. So I'm glad he's good to go. Yeah, we're doing a Halloween shoot on Halloween Day this year.
Yep.
And that's the one, if you're local, that's the one. It's just a regular shoot during the day, 20 targets. I'll probably maybe cooking something like hot dogs or something. And but then at nighttime, we need to make a video for it because it's kind of hard to describe in a way. We put out 5 targets at random distances. They have lights on them.
Look at our YouTube channel. We've got the shit up there.
Yeah, and we so it's black dark. The targets are black dark, and you get a random target flips on for 5 seconds with a light. You got 5 seconds to shoot. It goes back dark for 5 seconds. You reload, and then another one comes on randomly. You do three arrow rounds, so it's kind of fun.
Mikey, that was called the he dog. Uh-oh.
Did it turn back on yet? Oh, okay, we back.
Yep.
Oh, now it's thinking again.
Mine's good.
Mine keeps buffering on the computer.
I'm good on mine.
All right, I think we're okay. I thought it was turning off.
You just have to be careful, DLR, with, make sure, where you at. You're not putting it on like rocks or anything like that.
As long as it's not like abrasive.
Yeah.
What is the speed streak difference? I mean, you could shoot a less strand count string. You'd have to put a bigger center servant on it to click the knock on. From my experience, like 452X, I've built like a 24 strand and a 20 strand, which is both within their recommended what you can do. And it wasn't a ton. It was like 5 feet per second difference. Now, what you can do is build, and people used to do this and ask for this, but hadn't recently. Let's just stick with 452 for a while. They would say, can you build me like a 26 strand cable and a 20 strand string, and that bigger cable would actually give you less let off and more holding weight, and you could end up getting like 8 maybe 10 feet per second of speed out of that type of deal. But it's according to the bow, because like Bowtech's like a thin string and cable because their cam tracks are so thin. Some bows just you can't do it with, but some you can. So I don't know. Let's say X99, which is recommended to be like 26, 28 strands. Those things have got a lot of tensile strength. I mean, we're talking 100 plus pounds of tensile strength per strand. I'd be comfortable probably going down to 22 strands, maybe. I just don't want to push the barrier, you know what I mean? Like, you want to have plenty of cushion on that breaking strength, and you lose your strength around the loop and all that, but you could potentially gain, if you did the right combo, about 10 feet per second from what I've seen. There's people that used to want to get into the speed game. There's all kind of little tricks, the speed knocks, of course, but most strings, there's no need for a 4 to 5 inch center servant. You can make that a 3 inch center servant and gain 2 feet per second. There's just little stuff like that. There's actually, who is it? Somebody makes a carbon peep sight, because that peep sight's just slowing your bow down. Put that on there, gain a few feet per second. There's all kind of little stuff you can tinker with. Mikey, yeah, that was he-dog. They were popular, and then they just...
DLR asks, what do you do to clean and maintain the bow after season? He's done for the year with archery.
Pretty much just hit it with some wax, hit your string with some wax, put it in the case, and put it in the closet. During the winter, it's not a big deal. You don't want to get hot in the summer if it's in like a garage or something, but throw some wax on the string. And, I know some people limb bolts out. I don't really think it's necessary, but, if you wanted to, that's fine. That's about it, nothing too fancy. Keep it, it's not in the case, it's going to collect dust and probably dry out your string and that sort of thing, but just case it and wax it. Passed on a mule deer. But yeah, I'm looking forward to having our Halloween shoot, because it's been so long since we've done any kind of shoot here or been to a shoot because of the COVID stuff.
I guess it's that one.
Must be this one. And I've lost their bracelet.
I see it.
I'm going to get it.
Going in hot. Going in hot.
Oh. But I'm glad we're back to get back to a semi-normal. Did y'all see the video on the Chinese bow? What y'all think about that? I'm just curious. They sent it for us to play with or whatever, and I was just trying to be honest about it. A bunch of people emailed me and told me bad things because it's a Chinese bow, but I don't want to get into it with anybody. I don't really have any need to, but I was trying to tell a few people initially that a lot of the big bow companies that are USA bow companies, their cheap bows are from China. Like, I guess I won't throw the name out there, but we got a big shipment in, I guess it was last December, January time frame, of bows we'd ordered from a USA company, and it all came, even the box said China, and we were like, well, what? But anyway, that bow, if you hadn't watched it, we got this bow in, it's an Amazon bow from China, and it was like $200, full setup, no airs, no release, but full setup, sight rest, and all that stuff. And it's a Chinese bow, but it's adjustable. It didn't shoot bad. For somebody starting out, it'd be hard to beat that little bow for the money. And that's kind of what I said in the video. And then, like I said, I got the usual nasty emails from people, but it is what it is.
What's up, Brad?
I'll have to look at that other review and see how they felt about it. Now, on the flip side, we have had some Amazon bows coming here, and honestly, every year it's more and more that people have bought, and we've seen some that's been complete junk. I mean, like the cams wobble and the machining, like in the riser, you can see like where the machining wasn't smooth and all that. So, when those people sent it, I told them, if it's junk, I'm gonna say it's junk. So, but from what I've seen, it was okay. Yeah, the Hoyt risers, from what I've read, now I'm no insider with Hoyt, but I read that pretty much Hoyt started pretty much another company so that it couldn't be as easily traced that they're getting their risers made in China. But yeah, and then, when PSE came out with the carbon riser, they said they were the only carbon riser made in the United States, so I would imagine they had some kind of data to back that up. But
DLR, yeah, you yoke tune with split cables. I think that's what you was asking.
Yeah, they do make a lefty. And and what we're seeing, there's like, how do you put this? There's like, we get a lot of people that come in that know nothing about archery, just want to get into it, and as far as they know, that's the thing to do. Go to Amazon and order a bow, and that's kind of who I geared that towards in a way. But for those people, that's a good bow. You know what I mean? For a kid or somebody wanting to get into it, it's not a bad bow. As far as like resale value and all that, it's gonna suck. But yeah, we're talking about $200. So I'm gonna do another. I don't know if I have it done by this weekend or not, but we got in a PSC Uprising, which is a $320 package bow, kind of the same boat. It's a nice looking bow, but got everything with it. Shoots good from what we've done so far. But I'm gonna throw a review of it together in the next 2 weeks if we don't sell it first, because it just came in and me and people's already looking at it.
You hadn't tinkered with that bow or anything. I think DLR's asking, is it yoke tunable?
Oh yeah, it is. It's what they told me is pretty much the strings on it are BCYX. So I don't know who's making them, but that's good. It's a double yoke bow, so you can yoke tune it. I don't think I put it in the video. I did just throw the laser on it briefly, and it was pretty close out of the box. But yeah, you can yoke tune it, play with the timing, play with the cam lean. Yeah, I agree with you. If it was me, I'd pay more for a USA bow. I'm just geared towards absolute beginner, don't know anything, wants to spend the least amount.
Well, that's like Daibo. They're a Chinese.
So Daibo, we were at the show this year, whatever it is, this past January, and 30-06 Outdoors, which they're a USA company, but most of their stuff comes from China. If you are familiar with them, they got some real cheap stuff. But they are importing the die bow, but it had some bad machining marks. It didn't shoot bad, but the risers looked pretty jacked up.
Yep.
So I was like,
Well,
hard pass.
super chat.
Holy smokes! $10. Thank you very much, Yogi. 30, 23, 27. We tried our best on that thing, and it looked good. And I'll be honest with you, I showed somebody else a picture of that bow and that string, and they were like, "I think I want to go the same color."
Yeah.
So that's a popular. And I'll be honest, I don't remember the last time I've done a red string with OD serving. So
It's been a while.
it's different. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. When tuning a customer's bow, is it preferred for the shop? Shoot the paper to customer. That's a tricky one. The honest answer is the customer, but we have learned if it's, for the most part, if it's somebody not super familiar with shooting, we may still let them shoot through there. But if it's one of those like they're getting a bad tear, but me and TJ and 3 more people shoot it and it bullet holes, we need to work on their form. So it's more of a
form issue.
Yeah, it's more of a we shoot it through the paper, you shoot it through the paper, and if it's doing something super wild, we need to work on something going on. And it turns into that more than it does, well, for you, left hair, let's move the rest over. You know what I mean? So, not saying that we're like super archers or anything, but usually if we set everything down the middle and I get a weird tear, first thing I'm going to do, other than just looking over my basics, is be like, TJ, you shoot it.
Yeah.
If he gets a crazy tear, okay, it's a bow problem.
Yeah.
But we'll get a couple experienced people to shoot it, while we're tuning it. And then, if it's somebody I know that's shot for a while, I'll tell them, you fire it through the paper. If it's like a beginner or somebody I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'll usually, there's a couple ways to go about it. Like the walk back tune is a biggie. I'd almost put more faith in the walk back tune than I would the paper tune, because I don't know how many times we've had somebody come in, they've seen it about paper tuning, they want a paper tune, and we will chase an arrow all over the place and have a bow out of square, as I call it. The center shot will be way left or way right and all janky because their form sucks. So it's to go even further, what sucks is, you correct their grip or their facial pressure or whatever's causing it, but then like literally by the time they leave and go out there to set a 20-yard pin, they're doing it again. And as much as we get on to them, they're going to shoot like they've always shot. It's what I've seen, you know what I mean? It's just a habit. So it's one of those, I don't know, I guess it's a discussion to have. I had a guy come in not long ago, and I've known the guy forever. Good, hunts all the time. I've known him for 20 years. We put a string on his bow, bullet hold for me. He got it, giving him a weird tear. So I said, well, let me shoot it again, make sure something hadn't moved or whatever. I shoot it, bullet hole. TJ or Partain or somebody shot it, bullet hole, and I'm like, listen, let's mess with your grip a little bit. Sure enough, he was kind of grabbing the bow weird, fixed it, bullet hole for him. But literally, he shoots a bullet hole, we talk for a minute, he shoots it through there again, left tear. And I'm like, listen, I can make this thing bullet hole to your weird form, but your arrow is not going to be straight down the center of the bow. And I hate when that's the case, because what's going to happen is you're going to sight it in at 20 and it's going to hit. By the time you get to 40, if that arrow's left of center shot, your arrow's going to be hitting left, and there's no way to fix it except to put the rest back in square, and pretty much like a walk back tune. So I don't know. It's a tricky thing.
Yeah, muscle memory. It is a lot of muscle memory, just doing the same thing. And Eddie asked, do y'all do any kind of lessons to correct form? Is
your feed okay? Because it's blurry on the computer, like it ain't getting a good signal.
Mine looks pretty good.
Okay. I'll tell you what I've wanted to do for a long time, Eddie. We do little lessons and stuff, but somebody else kind of built this, and I wanted to copy them, but make it a little different. I wanted out front, at our shop here, we got, anybody's been here knows out front there's a big like shed off the front, and that's what we shoot up under to the 20-yard, 30-yard, 40-yard, whatever target. I wanted to put like two footprints, paint them or whatever, and have a camera system, one in the front, one in the back, one from behind, so that we can literally sit in here and record on the TV your exact form. You know what I mean? All right, your shoulder's doing this, or you're out of, all this stuff. I want to do that for a while. I need to just do it. But I would love to set that up sometime soon and be able to have somebody come in for 30 minutes or whatever and literally be like, just go out there and fire a dozen arrows, you know what I mean? And like, we don't even go out there, no pressure, no nothing. We record it in here, they come back in, and we look at it with them. All right, well, here's, this is going on, that's going on, and then be like, in here, do it this way, move this, move that, send them back out there to shoot, and then just kind of correct it that way. To me, that would be cool. And actually be able to give them a jump drive of here's where you started, here's where you ended, kind of here's what to work with.
Yeah.
Because like when I was probably 12, 13, 14, I had a guy that really helped me when I was getting into shooting, but he was like one of those that would slap you across the head and be like, why in the hell are you gripping the bow? Move your arm. And he would like manhandle you. And that's one way to do it, but most people looking back don't appreciate that. You know what I mean? I would appreciate like a super analytical video and here, this is not lined up. Here's a shot from here. Anyway, I'd like to do that soon.
Let's see. Let's go back. We had a couple more. Richard says, do you recommend walk back tuning for getting your broadheads to hit with your field tips?
Honestly, that's about the first thing I'll do other than spinning the arrow to make sure it's not wobbling. That's about the first thing I'll do if somebody comes in and says their broadheads are flying crazy.
Yeah, looks like Chicky Mag. Do you think bear shaft tuning is necessary? I personally don't, because you don't shoot bear shafts.
I don't personally bear shaft tune my bow usually. I got a finger cramp. Back to mix those two questions, like if I walk back to tune a bow and the broadheads are still flying all wanky, I will bear shaft tune it, and then sometimes it fixes it, sometimes it don't. Sometimes you'll get a bow that just does not like a certain arrow, even though it's the correct spine. I've had a bow and, by the chart this should shoot, but it won't. And we go up a spine or down a spine or whatever, and boom, it'll shoot. And it's just the way this cam performs or whatever. But yeah. I don't usually bear shaft tune unless somebody either A, asked me to, or B, we've walked back tuned and it's still doing something crazy. And then the bear shaft tune don't always fix it, but it can.
Let's see. Richard says, have you tried the Coach's Eye app?
I have.
Okay.
I have. I downloaded it a couple years ago now, and I used it a few times. Sort of that program, but with a bunch of different angles with some cameras would be pretty cool.
Let's see. Nose button. DLR says nose button helped his groups. Also shooting the thumb button like a hinge.
The two biggest problems we see, speaking of nose buttons, is number one is definitely a grip problem. Yep. We see people just grab that dang handle. That's the number one. But number two, right behind that,
is a kisser or
well, the nose button's fine because it's sharp.
Yeah.
But it's people jamming their face into the string so hard that it's giving them all kinds of crazy stuff. That's why I like the nose button, because it's so sharp. You can't push on it hard or it's gonna hurt. But to me, that's the two biggest. I don't know about gold tip. Across the board, most of our companies are not. There's stuff we've been trying to get for 4 months, and it still hadn't shipped, and it's about to drive me insane. We've got bows that we ordered that normally would have been here 2 months ago, and they're still on order, and I guess I'm gonna cancel them now because we got 2021 stuff about to come out, or has come out. So I've never seen anything like it. It's always a little hectic during busy season, but add that COVID crap on top of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, it's like a lighted knock. We can't get a lighted knock from our distributor.
Field tips.
Yeah.
Today, we're not out of field tips, but we're getting low TJ got on there and looked, and he's like, I can't find any brand of field tips with a 5/16 100 grain. You look. So I got on there and looked. Nothing. I'm talking like 10, 12 manufacturers, 2 or 3 different distributors. There is not a 5/16 100 grain field tip to be found. So we ordered some more 9/32. It'll be a little bit smaller until we can find 5/16. But I mean, just stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can't find it. We've had a couple colors of serving that we like never got a hold of. I guess it was behind. Just
And we're still missing one color.
mm-hmm.
But no, I think you said you ordered it in a different.
This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be glad. I mean, I think it'll be a little while, but I'll be glad when all this is over. No, I hadn't talked to Prime about 2021, but TJ saw a post the other day that was some dealer supposedly leaked, and it must have got deleted because right after he told me, I went and looked for it.
I went back and looked for it. It was in a group on Facebook, and some guy got on there and said that, you know, he was tight-lipped. He couldn't say anything until Prime gave him the okay, and then I seen what it was, but I'm not gonna say what it was because I'm not gonna be the one that, if that's what it is, I'm not getting in trouble from our. I'm not getting in trouble by Prime and G5 because I said this, but it was, I seen, and this guy was like, I'm a Prime dealer, da 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 da, and he put a name out there, and he said, this is all I know, but like I said, we hadn't heard anything from Prime. Don't know if they're going to wait till ATA in January, if they're going to wait, because normally Prime is when this month, ain't it, or is it 1st of November?
It's in November, I think.
Okay.
I'm just bringing up PSC. Bear is the only one that has announced their bows.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, whatever day it was.
The 28th.
And he's coming by tomorrow, the next day, with those bows. Like I say, I'll at least get a couple pictures and a few videos. The PSC rep came by, but it's because he's a new PSC rep. And he just came by to say, hey, he did have that new Expedite NXT with him, and I shot it. Just shooting it in here, it was only on like 55 pounds, but it felt good. So we'll wait. He's supposed to be coming back by in October with the new. They're going to release a couple 2021 PSCs now. They're going to release some more at the ATA show and all this stuff. So he's supposed to be bringing it. I was hoping he would have brought that Citation, but he said they hadn't shipped them yet.
I'm kind of wondering about Prime myself. Are they going to stay with the Roto
The rumors online that I read was people want a 28-inch bow, but if you look at the way the Logic risers are made, in the way that it's a center grip and all that stuff, I don't think you could make a 28-inch bow that way. So we've wanted a 37-inch bow between that 5 and that 9. I'd love to see that. I just hope. I wish they'd change something up. I think they need to keep the cam system, but now we're at the 3rd year of the same riser design.
And they just tweaked it this past year.
Time to change it. So,
but I wouldn't mind seeing them offering the roto cam and the fixed draw cam on the lineup.
Yeah. Who knows? Hopefully we'll know more soon. If I hear anything, well, I probably can't. We rarely, to be honest, I know people always think we know stuff before, but we rarely know anything before anybody else does. I guess because they get so many people leaking it that they just quit saying stuff. But if we hear anything, I'll try to at least give some kind of heads up.
Adam, I'm running the Black 5 myself right now, and it's one of them bows. It's probably one of the more stable bows I've shot. And as long as you can hold your pin where you want to hit, it's going to hit. I mean, that's one thing I have found out, that if I flinch or, I make a mistake, I mean, it'll show you real quick. But that joker will flat out shoot.
Eric, look on eBay. I've had to find Matthews dampers for people, and usually you can find them on eBay, different colors and all that stuff, or string suppressors or any of that stuff. We got in a Burris Oracle rangefinder sight today. Hopefully going to put it on a bow tomorrow and play with it, but definitely in the next couple days. I mean, we played with them at the show, but not like here and actually got to shoot them. So stand by for that. That might even be video worthy. I think Athens released some stuff, didn't they? Let me look real quick.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything about Athens.
I don't know if I got an email. Give me a second, I'll look.
I remember getting something in the mail last week, a little card or something.
It must be a target bow. Designed for target archers by target archers. The 2021 Peak 38. Okay, so it's not a hunting bow. Let me just see what it is real quick. Looks kind of like an Elite. 38 inches, 7-inch brace height, 335. Adjust from 26.5, 32.5. Looks like a good bow.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Matthews changed the size on them dampeners or what, you know.
They did on something.
I can't remember. Was it the chill bows?
I know if you go back, you know, the original dampeners are wider than the newer ones. The new ones are thinner. Did the Tri-X, did it have a, I can't remember.
I can't remember either. I can't remember. Have we shot the APA bows? We did ATA this past year.
Was you here when the guy brought one in, or was that last week?
It might have been last week. I was off last week, so I got
a guy brought one in. I didn't like it. It was interesting. It was something else.
We shot the new ones at the ATA, and they shot okay.
Yeah. The APAs have always. I mean, there's a lot of some of them are speedy. A little bit of jump to them. This one in particular, they sent it to him to test, and I put it on the draw board, and I mean the cams, out of time's not the word. I put like 7 twists in one cable to get the cams back in time. I wasn't a fan whatsoever of it, but I am of the overall design of the bow. You know, it's got the little horn on the top of the riser that you can hook on a limb. It's got a broadhead wrench built in. It's got a handle built on it. I love the functionality. Just that particular bow, I was thinking, to come from the factory and need 7 twists to put it in time, you know, and he literally just pulled it out of the box. I wouldn't. I don't know. There was some other stuff. It took me. He just wanted to put a rest on it, and I pulled it back. I was like, something is way out of whack with this bow, and I ended up spending like an hour trying to just get the bow to act right. So I don't know. Maybe it was just one bad egg, but
yeah,
you wouldn't hear me and Partain and Jackie were back here all like, good God.
You ready to give away some bracelets?
Let's give away some stuff. We got 3 groups of them here. Let me bring up random.org. We'll do that, and then I need to run and restring 2 crossbows.
I gotta finish up one.
Maybe eat some spaghetti or something. We said 1 in 20, right?
Yeah.
Alright, here goes nothing. I don't even know what number people's got, but we'll figure it out. Alright, random.org, 1 in 20, generate. Number 2. Anybody got number 2?
I'm not even gonna look. I know Muddy Ducks is.
I'm scrolling. I'll be scrolling. Let's see. I don't see it.
Nobody.
So I guess we should have made. Let me make a quick announcement before we draw another number, because I think some people came on afterwards, and I'm usually good about. If you just got on, we're giving away 3 sets of these like silicone arm bracelets from archery manufacturers. Pick a number between 1 and 20. Scroll back through so that you don't pick a number somebody else has got. We'll give it 30 seconds or something for everybody if you hadn't picked a number to pick one. Because I scrolled back and it's been a while since anybody picked a number, and we'll pick some more here in a second. There's a bracelets from Onada, Apex, Last Chance Archery, First String, Bojacks, Scent Crusher, all kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Open numbers are 1, 3, 8, 14, 16, 17, 19.
Eddie, I think you got 2 numbers in there. Okay, he might have picked 14. So Eddie's got 14. I think 15 was already picked.
We'll give it a minute to sort. We will give it a minute.
15 was already picked, so he's with 14.
Okay.
So Eddie Hall is in with number 14.
Alright, I think we're good to go. Let me pick another one. Generate. Number 3.
Number 3, and I don't think nobody had 3. But hang on.
Anybody got 3? I don't think they did either. Never fails. They'll pick every number. Okay, going again.
Hang on 2 seconds.
Whoop. Okay. Number 15.
Okay, we're good.
I think it's Chickadee. Chickadee. Number 15.
I quit scrolling.
Chick Mac. Alright, I'm going to the next one. There was our first bundle. It picked 3 again. Nobody had 3, right?
As far as I know.
Yeah, 3 no, and I don't know why it gave us that number again.
I don't know either.
14. Eddie picked 14, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Eddie, you have won a stack of silicone bracelets. Alright, one more time. 7, number 7. Somebody's got it.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7. DLR has got number 7. So y'all, if you don't mind, shoot me an email and say I won the bracelets. Here's my address, and I'll get them in the mail. Like I say, I'm probably just gonna put them in a regular envelope. I think I can get them there. 10-4. I was gonna say something. I don't remember what it was.
Chick Mac said just bring it when you do the gutters.
Just bring it along. Anyway, I'm glad to be back. And
Yeah.
well, like I say, unless something crazy goes on, we will keep doing these on Thursday, back to the normal schedule. Hopefully in the next week or two we'll review that PSC bow, that Uprising. It's been out for a while, but we just got one in. We had never ordered it because we've went usually with the Stinger, so it'd be something different to play with. And then, I mean, so far it looks like a good, decent bow.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully we'll have some bear stuff, 2021 stuff to review. Maybe make a nice video for our Halloween shoot, all that stuff.
How's TJ's brother working out? So far, so good.
Email archeryshack@gmail.com. Yeah, he's doing good. He's been what, 2 months now, probably.
Yeah. He picked up a lot quicker than we thought he would.
Yeah, he's usually, when you start learning the string thing, it probably takes a couple months to really grasp everything, and there's figuring it all out, and then there's then you know it and you start speeding up a little bit. But he's already, from the first couple weeks he was here to now, I mean, he's already trucking along good, so it's been good.
Yep.
He's we need to get him on a podcast probably, but he's crazy.
Oh yeah.
If y'all know any available women, send them his way.
Yeah.
Poor fella's looking for a lady. If he's here, I'd holler at him, but I think he's already left.
Yeah, I think he's done left.
But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in.
Yep.
We're gonna go throw some strings on some crossbows real quick, and
finish up some.
It varies. I mean, I'd say just an average number is about 20 to 25. But I mean, we've had days where we've done a lot more than that. It's just we got. I think y'all have met Partain, John Partain, that helps us on here. He works another full-time job, but is here when he can be here. So We got 2 people that's like that. So, you know, if we got the full blown crew here, you know, like all 7 or 8 of us, we can crank some stuff out. But usually there's like 4 or 5 of us here. So, and we also like, you know, when people come in, we have to, me and TJ go up front and deal with them, and it takes away from the strings. It's just according to the day. Like if nobody comes in and the phone don't ring, we can crank some strings.
Yeah.
But lately about 20-25.
Me and you was in here by ourselves one day. For some reason, it was a Saturday or something, and it was completely dead. But we had a butt ton of orders, and I can't remember what the number was, but I think that was the
yeah,
number.
It was a crazy number. Yeah,
it was a big number that,
but
and it was just 2 of us.
If it honestly, you know, it's been so crazy with people coming in this year.
Mm-hmm.
We could have probably had 2 or 3 more people helping us easy, but you know, archery's so seasonal with bow hunters. Like I don't want to hire 3 or 4 people and then it die off, and then I'm like, well, crap, what do we do now? But it's been good. But yeah, it varies. You know, if we have a real busy day with a local crowd, it hurts the strings a little bit, but it usually evens out. We've been right now, about 2 weeks behind. I'm hoping to get that to a week in the next month or less.
Mm-hmm.
And this week we did a good dent in our orders. So
yeah,
it's wild. The internet's a wild thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd have never thought 20 years ago that we'd be not only have a shop but be selling bowstrings online, and people would, you know, see us and click order, and we'd
Yeah.
be sitting here with a team of people making strings. So it's something else.
20 years ago, we never thought we'd be sitting in front of a camera doing a live feed or podcast,
Yeah.
which we love to do.
Strings started, I mean, it's just according to what you get, 55-ish or so, just according to, you can go to the website, archeryshackstrings.com, and kind of look around, but according to material, and I mean, we got some sets on there we call El Cheapo sets that don't get the full stretching thing and all that stuff, you know, and they're 55-ish, and then, you know, the premium stuff, $70-$80, just according to how many pieces it is. So you can go on there, you know, and like you get speed knocks, it's a few more dollars, or you get a colored serving or a clear serving. So it just kind of all
speed sleeves.
Yeah. But anyway, we will get off here and let y'all get back to your evening. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank y'all.
We'll see y'all here shortly in a couple days.
See ya.
I forgot how to turn this thing off.
Uh-oh.
I really did.